Origin of cattle. In the beginning, the Maasai did not have any cattle. One day, God called Maasinda, who was the first Maasai, and said to him, I want you to make a large enclosure, and when you have done so, come back and inform me. Maasinda went and did as he was instructed, and came back to report what he had done. Next, God said to him, Tomorrow, very early in the morning, I want you to go and stand against the outside wall of the house, for I will give you something called cattle. But when you see or hear anything, do not be surprised. Keep very silent. Very early next morning, Maasinda went to wait for what was to be given him. He soon heard the sound of thunder, and God released a long leather thong from heaven to earth. Cattle descended down this thong into the enclosure. The surface of the earth shook so vigorously that his house almost fell over. Maasinda was gripped with fear, but did not make any move or sound. While the cattle were still descending, the Dorobo, who was a housemate of Maasinda, woke up from his sleep. He went outside, and on seeing the countless cattle coming down the strap, he was so surprised that he said, "Ay, ay, 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 ay," an exclamation of utter shock. On hearing this, God took back the thong, and the cattle stopped descending. God then said to Maasinda, thinking he was the one who had spoken, "Is it that these cattle are enough for you? I will never again do this to you, so you had better love these cattle in the same way I love you." That is why the Maasai love cattle very much. How about the Dorobo? Maasinda was very upset with him for having cut God's thong. He cursed him thus, "Dorobo, are you the one who cut God's thong? May you remain as poor as you have always been. You and your offspring will remain forever my servants. Let it be that you will live off animals in the wild. May the milk of my cattle be poison if you ever taste it." This is why, up to this day, the Dorobo still live in the forest and they are never given milk. End of the folktale.